Right. 15 years newer expiration date. Isn't that a thing? Just hold an old boat back.
We made it to our new slip.
Home sweet home.
We just moved about 100 feet away because the dock that we were at is going to have some electrical updates in a couple of days. So now we're at a dock at the same marina, Vinings Marina, and we're really close to the grass. So Bentley's enjoying it.
For sure. She can hop out of the boat almost. Right onto the grass.
Right. It's really easy for her now. And we got Harmony all tied up here. Brandon did an awesome job backing her in with our new Mercury motor. Unfortunately, it's not an electric one yet. We can't afford all that. But that is in the future, hopefully. So, well, this is our new view every morning for the next, I don't know, maybe a month. And then we'll head down to a little further south, as close as we can get to Florida, warmer weather. We'll probably stop at Moorhead somewhere, and Brandon's gonna get a job as a mechanic there for a month or so to save up money and do a bottom job, and then we'll head further south. Get some plants going in warmer weather. Today I'm working on polishing this boat here. I'm using linseed oil and sanding all the surface area of this teak wood, and then sponging on a pretty thick layer with a sponge brush. Actually, I'm using my kitchen brush because the dollar store was out of sponge brushes per se, and I'm just using a rather coarse type of sandpaper that goes to my handheld sander, but I don't want to sand too deeply, so I'm doing it by hand, and it's looking pretty good so far. This is how the new one, how it looks after being polished, and if you look over here, that's how it looked before. It might be hard to see on camera, but you can tell here it's a lot better. And I did this side of the table, but I didn't do this side yet. So you can tell quite a bit of a difference right there. Never mind. Just to give you a comparison of what linseed oil can do, I'm about to do this rail, and it looks pretty rough, so I'm going to sand it down by hand with some coarse sandpaper, and just use a sponge brush to put a rather thick layer of linseed oil on it and leave it on and let it dry. Well, I've been polishing with this here linseed oil, and I think it's turning out to look pretty nice. I showed you the before on this side. It's been drying for about an hour, and I haven't done this side yet, but this side wasn't nearly as rough as this one. And I've also done this top railing and this whole panel and the rails here and going up along the shelves. So I would definitely recommend using linseed oil. It's turning out to be quite nice. It's got a bit of an orange tint to it and really shiny even after it's dried. And I would just recommend, while you're taking breaks or while you're sanding your next section, put your sponge in a bag, a plastic bag. I use my pepperoni bag, just to keep it wet. Yeah. That's my tip of the day. So this is what happens when you have power on the brain and you go out to lunch. Your sour cream gets turned into a windmill.
Tacos.
Happy Taco Day. Is that Bentley smiley face? So we've got a tiny bit of a mold problem growing up under the shelf and in some of our drawers. We're going to power wash the drawers, but I think instead of taking these shelves out, it'll be easier to just sand them. I'm already up here sanding as it is. Brandon's working today, so I'm just spending the day, you know, doing what I do on the boat. And we got a ton of stuff to do with the boat before we can move down south. We've got to take it out of the water, do a bottom job, fix the toilet valve, because right now we can't even flush the toilet. We're just using the marina bathroom until we can get that fixed. We've got to tighten the rigging, replace the spreaders. It's gonna add up financially, and when we have the boat out of the water, we have to do it all at one time. So we're trying to make sure that we have enough paychecks put behind us to be comfortable while we do all that. Yep. There's the Bentley girl. And we got some pruning going on. I think he's pruning something for his drone though. So nothing too exciting for the boat life. Yep. That's pretty much what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? I'm gonna add several layers of this linseed oil. And it does a really good job. It gives it a nice glossy look after a couple coats. So I would definitely recommend it. That or teak oil. But this does just fine. And this can be used on many different kinds. This is what my dad recommended. He raised me as a carpenter my whole life. So I'm going to take his word over anything else I see online.
I said I'm going back to bed.
I'm still going to stick by what I said too.
What? So what you doing? And then what? And then what?
And then I guess I'm going to go find somebody that wants to help me work on this boat.
And then what?
And then we're going to live happily ever after. Check this sucker out. Got a brand new tool. Brand new mouse. Yeah. It's so much softer than the other one. Easier, lighter. Love it. So after 11 o'clock tonight, but the power just came back on, so I had to try out my new mouse. It sucks most of it up into this little compartment here, so it gets into those grooves pretty well. I like it. Yeah. I'm going to do that door tomorrow. Let me show you how rough this is so that you can see it tomorrow. Got a lot of weather damage, so I'm going to sand a lot of that out and then put a coat or two of linseed oil on it. Should do a good job. Did a lot of sanding today by hand. Tomorrow's going to go a lot smoother. Should be able to finish it up.
What? Fried Oreos? They look like mini pancakes.
What's that? A little bit burnt. I'll have them. yesterday sanding and all day today finishing up that sanding and cleaning and staining with the linseed oil. And I finally got this place looking like a house again. And well, there's the fruits of my labor. All that sand there. We had to get pretty deep. There was some spots I still couldn't even take care of, like right here. I used pretty coarse sandpaper, and well, it's looking pretty good. I love the way the kitchen's looking. I just put my utensils in a bag to keep them dry until I'm ready to use them. I'm still gonna put a second coat over there. I already did a second coat on this side and on the ceiling. I haven't been able to do the doorway yet because it's been raining all day and it's wet. But my kitchen's looking nice. Excuse the garbage bag, but the cabinet doors are looking alright. And I found this at Walmart, and it houses our silverware and our plates fairly well. And yeah, that's about it. What you doing, Beverly? I should get a cameraman, huh? Hi. Standing away, trying to get some of these deeper pores out. I've switched to the coarser sandpaper now. So it's getting the job done a lot better. It's a nice day for it finally. It's almost done. We got some flounder going and homemade coleslaw. Just a little cabbage, sugar, lime juice, salt, and pepper. Just a little longer. Yep. Keep moving it. Thank you. You've done great. I appreciate all your help with this dinner. You moved that ketchup like a champ.
You're welcome.
How's the fish?
Delish. Fish is delish. We call it fish without eyes.
Yeah. A flounder?
A fish.
Oh, that has fish eyes on one side.
No, it's a fish.
A fish. You sure it's not a fish?
It's a fish.
What do you think about that wood?
Well,
Mister, I think we should replace it all.
I think a few more coats and it'll look like new.
It does need a few more coats. But the 2 coats, that's not bad. It's looking pretty good.
I can definitely tell how it's going to be shiny and lustrous. Boiled linseed oil. Full black. Probably what I'll use on the spreaders, unless I can get a better suggestion.
I think on the inside we might put some kind of high gloss of some kind, just to make it look glossier.
Some sort of varnish. The spreaders I ordered last week, they'll be here on Tuesday. Vertical drain fir to replace the citrus spruce.
Should be strong enough.
I think so. The mill's going to let me use their bandsaw, or maybe they'll do it for me. Get it mostly roughed out, bring it home and do the final cuts.
That'll be fun.
For sure.
We'll learn all kinds of new stuff.
I was surprised to measure ours at 44 inches when all the plans I found online were saying 39. So there you go. Make sure you measure it.
Measure twice.
I hope to have those done probably in 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm excited for that. We'll see you guys next time, I guess.
Yeah. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.